What it do? Welcome to the J-Boy Sports Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. If you don't love the content, you can still do those things because you could help a brother out, and a brother would always help you out. Make sure that you comment because I love to have conversations in the comment section because ball is life. I will definitely reply, I promise you. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our great content. And lastly, hang on towards the end of this video so you can catch some of our suggested videos that we know you will love. Loyalty. 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 Why is loyalty important? It's one of those lost things in basketball that people tend to not talk about as much anymore, but the truth of the matter is that the NBA seriously had a loyalty problem in this past generation. I would say out of all of the greats, the only one that stayed on their team was Steph. That is it. All the rest of them, pretty much every single one, left. And I'll say this. If you leave once, okay, I think we can work with that. One leave, fine. Still risky. You're never going to be what Steph is in all likelihood, except for one person on this list. In fact, let's just go through the list really quickly. And it says here, in a league full of team hoppers, right? And then if you look over on the side here, it says loyalty is becoming more and more rare in the NBA, which is why we'll have so much respect for those who stuck it out to the very end. And I'm not talking about like at the end of your career either. And I'll explain why. You got LeBron, obviously, the leader of it. Durant, probably the second leader. Harden. PG, running around like a wild wildebeest, not doing nothing. Dame, Melo, Blake, Russ. Now, I kind of stopped for a second there and said you could probably go to one team, and that's true. If you look at this list, if you're really, really good, Melo went to the Knicks, and they loved him. I got friends that are Knicks fans now that will still die for Melo. And I love Melo too, man. I'm a Melo guy. I am. But then he left the Knicks, and that's where it all went downhill. I'm not a Bron guy, not a KD guy, not a Harden guy, not a Paul George guy. I used to be a Harden guy. Right? Harden got traded, right? Or he left the free agency or something like that. But they weren't going to let him be who he wanted. He wasn't getting his money. So I got it when it came to Harden. And he became something spectacular on the Rockets. It was a sight to see. One of the best scorers we've ever seen, truthfully. And it was amazing. And fun fact, I'll save this for another video, but I actually think Harden was a better scorer than Kevin Durant. But we'll talk about that another day. He was like that. So you get one. If you're really, really good, you get one. Harden got the Rockets, left the Rockets, fell apart. KD, you're really good. You get one. You go to Golden State. People still hated you, but you probably could have just ran off championships like they were nothing. But you decided that, I don't know if it was Draymond Green calling you out your name or whatever the case may be, but you left. And that was it. Paul George, he's just been running. Nothing there. So this disloyalty, right? The reason I made this video is to help you guys understand that there's nothing good that comes from being disloyal. And if you're really good, you maybe get one opportunity. Now, LeBron, he's already ran through the league. He's basically bought the media to also get off his back because all these other people get more crap than he does. But he's also the originator of the sin of team hopping. Now, I know some of you, the Celtics, what about the Celtics? You can throw them in there if you want. Doesn't take no skin off my back. I wanted the Lakers to beat them in 2008. We would have without them being a super team. Even if they just had, maybe not Ray Allen. We would have had a better chance. And it was just KG and Paul Pierce. But looking at this, LeBron is the only person that's managed to still hold some level of Respect. But here's the thing. He didn't really. Because as great as he is, he's a team hopper. He didn't win his first ring until he ran over to Miami to get help from Dwayne Wade and add Chris Bosh to that. He only won because of a super team. So is he really that good? Or did he just change his environment and join a much better team? But not even just better, super team. So is he really that nice? And here's the other thing with when you're disloyal. Even LeBron, you really only get one. He went back to the team he was on, so that's why he got some love. But overall, Miami fans don't really, what are you going to do now? And there are some Miami fans that still love him, but they're really LeBron zealots, and they're just wearing a different cape to try and act like they're not obsessed with LeBron, but they are. Because there's some that really can't stand him. There's Cleveland fans that really can't stand LeBron because all this running around and this disloyalty. But here's the problem. Once you do that, they don't love you like that no more. Kevin Durant, where's your home? Who loves you? You're trolling people on the internet, which I actually respect, and I did a video on why I respect it. You'll see it soon. I respect the trolling to an extent, but recently I saw something and he's getting cooked. Like, people are actually cooking back. He's not as cool as he thinks he is. He gets them too, but they cook back. But where's your home? Who loves you like that? What city reps you? Whose heart have you touched and stayed close to throughout your whole career? Or have you just been disloyal and selfish? PK Subban, I did a video with him in it. Not too far away, not too recent, not too far, and it's closer to now. And he said that when you're drafted, you have a responsibility to the people that drafted you in that city. And I know a lot of players don't feel like that now, but that is the truth, man. You're given a golden opportunity that is once in a lifetime that so many people will never get. But some of these guys, unlike their forefathers, they take it and it's like, it's still all about me. Who cares about these people? Who cares? And that's sad to see. But then look what happens. Disloyal people get fans that are disloyal to them for the most part. They don't have a real fan base, a real whole city behind them. Paul George, another example. You leave Indiana, and I think that's when he ran over to the Thunder, had his best season with Russ. Left that situation literally like a year later after having his best season to go play with Kawhi Leonard. Clippers have sucked ever since. Every year it's a new excuse. Now he plays on the Sixers, had a horrible year, disgusting. Sixers fans hate him. Thunder fans don't like him. Pacers fans forgot that he was ever even there. All for what? Being disloyal. Some people say, oh, chase the bag. Chase it. Chase it and lose respect. Get clowned on the internet. Because nobody really holds you close to their chest like that. You look at Dame. Dame just tore his Achilles and got waived. He only got one chance. Ruined it. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful to Dame. I hope he gets back healthy. And hopefully he still has a lot ahead of him in his career. But was it worth it? People loved you in Portland. They were willing to die for you in Portland. Now you got waived. You were one of the best. You're top 75 player of all time. Waived. And I like Dame. Waived. Was it worth it being disloyal? Melo. Love Melo. One of the few that's so good that you get one. Left the Knicks, career fell apart. Blackballed him. Melo's still one of the nicest basketball players I've ever seen. Ever. And in my opinion, the difference between him and LeBron is LeBron took care of his body and he definitely has the longevity stats. But without the super teams, Melo was right there. If not better. At one point, definitely better. But he was right there. Right there. Left the Knicks, career fell apart. They blackballed him. They were letting him go for no reason. They told him he couldn't shoot mid-range jump shots no more. And his career fell apart. Sad to see. One of the most sad things I've seen. Melo was close to my heart, man. On Denver he was, and on the Knicks he was. That's how good he was. But you only get one, even if you're great, except for LeBron. But his disloyal ways are catching up to him too. It always catches up to you. You leave more than once, it catches up. Blake Griffin. Love Blake. Love Blake Griffin, man. My guy. One of my favorite players of all time. Me personally. Left the Clippers, went to Detroit, had a really good season. Then I guess he got injured and just never got it back. And now nobody loves him. Except me. Pause. No Diddy. Fell off the face of the earth, man. If you would have stayed on the Clippers your whole career, you would have been a god there. And I say that not in a blasphemous way. I'm just being figurative here. Russ, another one of my favorite players of all time, minus the kilts and the skirts, which nobody's perfect, so I just got to take the L on those. He's the one taking the main L's. Russ left Oklahoma City, and he should have never have done that. Russ was a god in Oklahoma City. Should have stayed. Should have stayed. And now he's searching for a home in the NBA, and every year they're making up garbage to try and destroy him, especially after he went to go play with the Lakers. You know LeBron and his team was going to ruin him, and they did. They did exactly what I thought would happen, and all because Russ wanted to be on the super team. Russ would have been better off on the Wizards, but you really only get one. And I think Russ went from the Rockets, then I think he went to the Wizards, then he went to the Lakers. You really only get one. But to be honest, the Wizards suck so bad that he might have been the exception to the rule. He might have been able to get away with going to a third team and being loved there, because he got them to the playoffs for the first time in a minute. Then went to the Lakers, disrespected. Every career fell apart from there. Been to a new team every single year after that. So was it worth it being disloyal? These guys never, ever, ever will get the love and respect that Steph Curry does. Because not only is Steph Curry likable, not only did Steph Curry change the game, not only does Steph Curry give short people hope, even though he really ain't that short. He about 6'3", but people that aren't the fastest, aren't the strongest, don't jump the highest. But out of all these people, he has the least physical abilities. Almost by far. He maybe has more endurance than these people. That's his superpower. One of his superpowers. But he managed to still be loyal to his team. Why is it that Steph could be loyal to a team and he had the least physical prowess and none of these dudes could? Steph will go down as a god in Golden State. The day he retires, the Bay might dry up, literally. But that's because he was loyal. Kobe. I'm a Laker fan. To this day, I miss Kobe. Not just because he's dead. I don't get to see him play no more either. I was already missing Kobe before he passed away. Why? One team, easy to follow. Gave everything he got to one team, one organization, one city. And at the end of it, he said, we grew up together. We did. Who these guys grew up with? Who cares how they grew up? Nobody. In Melo's case, you left Denver. Joker came in, won a ring. Some people will never remember that you were there. And I say that respectfully, because I love me some Melo. And I got to pause a lot. Just pause this whole video because I'm saying love a lot about men. And that's a little sus, normally. But I'm just saying this is how much respect I have for these guys in their games. I love their games. Tim Duncan. Loved in San Antonio. Still with San Antonio, doing things behind the scenes all the time. Legend in that city. Dirk. Say what you want about Dirk. Only one ring. But Dallas loves him. You can't say nothing bad about Dirk in Dallas. They might shoot you. You know they got guns in Texas. So, to all the guys out there in the NBA, young guys, if you're ever listening to this video, you can get traded, right? But you get one. You get one at the most. SGA, he was traded. He didn't have no choice in the matter. He found a home in the Thunder, and he put everything into them that he can. You get one. You get a chance to be a Thunder god for the rest of your career if you stay. Suggest you stay, sir. You get one. Joker, don't leave. Giannis, they talk. Giannis gonna leave it. Giannis, stay home. Live or die with the outcome, or you'll be like these gentlemen right here. You're remembered and forgotten at the same time with these guys. You stay home where you're at. You already won a championship. You gave it the best you could for all your years. They'll always love you. Patrick Ewing, people forget, he went to the Sonics. Nobody knew him on the Sonics. But he put enough time in on the Knicks where he'll always be a Knick. Keem Olajuwon, he ran around, went to Toronto definitely towards the end. He was no longer the player he was. Nobody remembers that. But city of Houston will always love him. James Harden lost a lot of his love in Houston. You know what I mean? Nothing good comes from being disloyal. You will mess up your career. And even the LeBron goblins who don't want to admit it, for the rest of us that are not obsessed with him, we don't look at LeBron the same. I used to be a fan of LeBron's, big time. He wasn't Kobe, but I really liked him. And he sounded different until he started being disloyal. Now you'll never remember. You could look at his old tapes of him talking and how humble he was at one point. That guy's gone. Now he curses in every single interview. And it's not even his style. He's just doing it because he's trying to be cool, I guess. That guy's gone. And a lot of fans that really love basketball, that are not casual fans, who are around to watch all of LeBron's career, they don't like it. Why is he running around from team to team, trying to take shortcuts, being disloyal? You can say what you want. The players taking in their career into their own hands and blah, blah, blah. Look, you're already rich, man. You're already a millionaire. Some of y'all are going to be billionaires by the time it's said and done. We as fans are not sitting there worried about, the normal ones of us, worried about every single dollar you make running around. What we're looking at is, were you loyal to the city with all that money you were making? And did you appreciate the support that we gave you? And if the answer is no to all of that, expect backlash. You deserve it. You've been given a lot. With great power comes great responsibility. That doesn't always mean I'm going to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and don't care how other people feel about it. Sometimes you are Steph Curry and you think about your fans and your city. He's the most recent example of somebody that's done that for an entire career. The rest of these guys, they all left, and they all paid a price for it. So with that said, you think I'm tripping? Do you think being disloyal is better? Are you one of those people that believe that player empowerment has made the league a better place? And I'm the old fuddy-duddy that's messing up. It's me. It's Jay Boyks. Let me know in the comments section. You know I'll reply, because ball is life. I definitely will. Like, share, and subscribe this content, because it's good content. Like I said, we got heat all summer long. Basketball may be over, but it ain't over on this channel. Make sure you keep checking it out every single week. We got hot stuff. I promise you we got hot stuff. And hang on towards the end of this video for some other great suggested videos that we know you'll love. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you listening this long. I appreciate you listening in general. Much love. Oh, excuse me. Very humble. Much love.
now that somehow you never get over leaving me. And when you feel like coming